2020 has not been many people's year, but I think it actually has been your year. You've made the most of this crazy time.
It's bananas. It's absolutely bananas. So great to talk to you. I mean, I started a podcast and we now just hit over 200,000 downloads. I've became a co-host of The Real. I mean, that's amazing. And a few things here and there.
All right, well, can we set the record straight? Are you returning to The Real Housewives?
I am returning to the Housewives, yes.
You say that with a little bit of a laugh. How are you feeling about it?
No, it's not. You got to be a little, a little brave, a little scared, a little ready. I mean, it's all those things. And I say it with a laugh because I'm ready, but you're never really ready.
Well, and the sophomore season is kind of the scary one. That's sometimes the one where stuff goes down.
That's right. That's what I'm afraid of. So here we go, and I sort of got a warning from, Miss Rinna. And so we'll see. I'm ready though, bring it.
You got the big exclusive on The Real. You got Denise's exit interview.
What really made you decide not to come back next season?
It was actually a really tough decision. I went back and forth with it. And at the end of the day, I decided it was time for me to move on and focus on other projects that I have.
How do you feel about where things left off with Denise?
I'm sad about it. I really wish she wouldn't, leave the franchise. I think she's great. I think she brings a lot. I think the fans obviously love her and root for her. So I'm really sad about it. I wish there was something that could have been done. I'm going to miss her, but obviously I'm going to miss her on the platform, but we always talk.
Maybe she'll be willing to shoot like a little dinner scene or something with you. We can get her a little drive-by Denise check-in.
I would love that. And I think she'd be up for that. So we'll see.
What did you make of how the cast reacted to the news? Because I thought it was interesting that it was like GIFs and memes.
I was actually shocked. I was really shocked by the memes. And I thought that they were really mean. I mean, it's one thing to be on the show and have your feelings, but for her to say, I'm leaving the franchise, I think at that point, you got to level up and you got to say, good luck, Denise. We wish you were, just something kind.
The person who really came for Denise the most in those reunion episodes was Rinna.
If you want to play this game, we can do it.
Are you threatening me?
All you do is attack her every time you see her.
She's also your friend. So where do you and Rinna go from here?
I don't really know, honestly, and I won't know until I see her and we either talk it out or we don't. But it really left a bad taste in my mouth, if I'm going to be honest, which I normally am.
Something that really stuck to me that you told me when we talked all those months ago was you realized the Rinna in Housewives was different than the Rinna you knew outside of Housewives.
And I'm sticking by it.
How is she different?
The Rinna that I knew before Housewives is really who I can speak to. She was fun, she was supportive, she was nice, she was kind. And I get it, we're shooting a TV show and I get drama as a part of it. But I think she took it to a level that was not a good look.
She posted a message to Instagram that was like, tell Bravo you want us to have fun again, to get back to the lighthearted stuff. And to me, I'm like, well, aren't you guys in control of kind of the attitude you bring to the table? No one's telling you how to.
I didn't see that, but I heard that she did that. I don't know where that's coming from.
The other exit, Teddy Mellencamp, will not be returning to the group.
I recently found out that my contract as a housewife is not being renewed. Of course, I could give you the standard response of, oh, we both came to the decision that it would be best. Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's not who I am.
How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Just some dead air there and an okay. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take an okay. That will change the dynamic for everyone in Kyle because Kyle's little buddy will be gone. And obviously you and Kyle have some work to do.
I love that you said little buddy.
You and Kyle have some work to do. Do you have any idea how that's going to go?
No, I have no idea how that's going to go, but that's really important to me that her and I sit down right away and hash it out and or talk it through, however you want to put it.
I like hash it out.
I'll bet.
What do you make of the reports that Kathy Hilton, her sister, might be coming around a little bit?
I met Kathy at a few dinners. She seems like a lovely lady. I think that's an ally, obviously, for Kyle. And, The more the merrier. I mean, come on. I don't want to throw shade. I haven't spent time with her. Let me spend time with her and we'll go from there.
There it is. Well, you know, everyone loved seeing you spend time with your girlfriends. I think your actual kind of core group of girls. Will we see any of them next season?
I hope so. Yeah, the response has been incredible. And when we're together, it's so much fun. And there's no like, we're not trying to, you know, shade each other or anything like that. If we do, it's out of fun. So I would love to see more of that. And I think Bravo does too.
I think everyone would like to see more of that. You've been part of the call for diversity. I think the audience is ready for more diversity. There's a name floating around. Crystal Minkoff might be joining, who would be the show's first Asian cast member, which would be cool.
Okay, I don't know her.
You might meet her in the next few weeks, Garcelle.
I probably will. You know more than I do. You always have the tea. Always.
I had to dig in a little bit.
I love that. You saw the first episode before I did.
This is true. Well, let's dig into the new job with The Real.
Ladies, we have so much to talk about today. I just want to jump into the girl chat. Are you good with that?
How'd the job come your way? How did this land on your lap?
You know what's so funny? I was at home and I was watching TV, one of the entertainment shows, probably yours. And they said that Tamara was leaving The Real. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. And it didn't, like, a light bulb didn't even go off for me because I figured, okay, I'm busy already, right? And then my good friend John Murray called me and he goes, are you throwing your hat in the ring? And I was like, oh, I really hadn't thought about it. He's like, are you crazy? And then I was like, you're right, I am crazy. And so then we started the process and I tested with a bunch of, you know, different women and who all were capable of doing the job, but I'm thrilled that I was the chosen one.
It's been now a few weeks you've been at it. How's it been so far?
One thing is that's really great. The commute is awesome.
You're there. You're in the office right now. This is your shooting location.
I'm right here. It's been really fun. I mean, the girls and I are just seamless. That's seamless. That's effortless. It's a lot of fun. A lot of technical difficulties because we're all doing it from home. It's also different, but I think we have a really great groove. And I am beyond excited about it.
Have you learned anything about yourself in these first couple weeks doing the show?
I have to learn to take my, wait my turn because we're all talking at the same time. But it's been great. I mean, they were so welcoming and it's a fun group. It's really a great group.
What have you learned about your co-hosts in these early weeks that surprised you?
Lonnie is not a morning person at all. We'll have our morning meeting and she's like, And I actually texted her. I'm like, girl, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just not a morning person.
I kind of love that you had Amanda Seales on the podcast as the changing of the guard was happening with The Real. And her advice to you was simply, good luck, which I thought was kind of wild and ominous.
I was like, that's it?
This podcast is intended for a mature audience as it contains adult language and can get rather intimate. So grab a cocktail, find a safe place to listen, and make sure your kids aren't around.
So going to bed with Garcelle, I love the message at the beginning of the podcast. That's essentially like a warning. If you've put this on in your car with your kids in the back seat, turn it off.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
The Jamie Foxx chat really blew up. That caught a lot of attention.
It sure did. A lot more than we thought.
I know you had the conversation in the podcast, but then the conversation continued on The Real. Did you hear from Jamie after you discussed his manhood on The Real?
No.
He said, how we gonna be together? He hung like a horse. I was like, what's wrong with that? So I just want to know, Garcelle, what's going on with y'all two?
Look at Jamie.
How you know how he's hung?
Oh, listen.
That's what I want to know.
He knew because we talked about it on the podcast and he was so funny. I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing, right?
No, I think you're basically saying, I don't want it, but ladies, it is yours for the taking. And
have at it. Have at it. He's a good sport.
The podcast, it seems like you just hit the ground running and it is taking off.
And listen, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, going, oh my God, I can't believe I revealed so much. What am I doing? But it's really fun. And I think, everybody who leaves the show has a great time. I'm not trying to get anybody to say anything that they wouldn't want to say. So it's just pure fun, pure adult fun.
Which of the housewives would you most want to have on?
Oh, who do I think would be more open? Probably Erica, but I wouldn't mind hearing from Dorit either. I don't think I'd get anything out of Sutton.
It might be interesting to have all three of them on at one time, but you would have to film the video just to see what Sutton's reactions would be to all the talk.
Absolutely. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Did he take your virginity?
Why you want to go there?
Because
Why
you know why
wanna
I
go
said,
there?
you know,
Why do you
that
wanna
is
go
who
there?
I am.
That is wrong.
All right, gonna pivot now to Coming to America is one of the few movies that has not been moved off the schedule. It's still on the schedule for this year. What was it like to revisit essentially your first project?
Good morning, Your Highness.
It was tremendous. We were all giddy. We were happy to be there. It's obviously nostalgic. I think you'll be surprised by who is added, to the cast and where the storyline goes. But then it's going to be visually stunning. And I just pray we're in theaters by then.
Me too. It would be a holiday miracle, nice little holiday surprise if we can get to the theater around that time of year.
Right.
To wrap things up here, are there any guests you can tease on either the podcast or the reel coming up that you're excited about?
Oh, the podcast. Who do we have coming up? I think we may be getting Eve, which would be amazing.
Very exciting. And Eve, you guys could swap talk show stories.
Ooh, wouldn't that be great? And the demise of Marie Osmond on the show?
Yeah, you got to get to the bottom of that because we still don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's tricky.
All right, well, good catching up with you. I can't wait for your next season of Beverly Hills. I think you guys are filming soon. Maybe some filming already started.
Okay. But yes.
I love that the reel will keep you in LA, so you probably won't be traveling as much. You'll get to show up to more stuff, maybe cause a little more drama.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.